Okay, another one. Does Uptime Institute certifies liquid cooling systems? Can we have tier 3, tier 4 certification? That's a good one, actually. Uptime Institute guys should answer that one. But I can get you some understanding on how you can design the loop in the way that it's acceptable by tier 3 certification. So it has two separate lines which will supply that coolant, a cooling medium to your system. It's all about the topology. There are lots of questions in the industry, and there was lots of considerations. Well, how to address that one? So, for example, should we have two main pipes with the two inlet pipes, two sets of manifolds? So let's say 4 manifold tubes. Should we have 2 inlets, 2 outlets to every single server? And obviously, because of the complexity and the, let's say, dimensions, then diameters of those, of those tubing, well, it doesn't work like that. We cannot provide that, ultimate. We can't reach that last mile, doubling everything. So, but there is a topology which Uptime agrees, and as a Uptime tier 3 certified, and it's all about the topology. It's all about the topology, and I will show you in a moment. I'm prepared. So that's, let's say, the example of the topology which you can use. And I just wanted to say to explain one item. You would normally see, if you saw some pictures on LinkedIn, for example, from those deployments, you will usually see like one tube below the racks or above the racks, one tube on inlet, one tube on the return, and with the flow balancing valves and everything. So that's the one way, but it doesn't allow us to actually support Uptime's requirement in terms of, let's say, 2 lines which can address every single rack. So what we propose is to use a little bit more tubing, looped in closed loop, as you can see here. I'm just using that one because I'm in the workshop, so that's the only pointer I could find. So that's the, let's say, as you observe here, that loop is actually looped on both sides. So every single rack which you have here, has the same pressure and the same flow across all the racks. Whether I have 1 row or 2 rows is the same. And as you notice, I can guide the way to every single rack. So if I will have to remove that rack from the operation, and I have to actually close that part of the loop because of whatever leak, doesn't happen, but let's say, I can reach every single rack from that side or from the other side. So that means that I have 2 ways to reach every single rack in the system. And that also means that we are balanced. We are following tier 3, tier 4 requirements. And it requires a little bit more pipe, but the pipe is cheap. So that's the way. And obviously, by the way, you can obviously cut that pipes, add additional valves between them. So basically, to separate those individual loops as you please, to create even bigger granularity in your loop. So that's the way you address the requirements of the tier 3, tier 4 looped TCS or secondary loop, or secondary fluid network, as it's called, nice marketing message. Looped on both sides, balanced, and then obviously you can approach the rack from one side and from the other side, and any issue with the loop doesn't concern any other rack in the loop. So that's the way you are building those topologies to fulfill Uptime's requirement.